Disintegration. Is there a theme to this record?
The whole project was triggered by me writing the words to the song Disintegration about last April, around the time of my 29th birthday last year. And it was just about the sense of falling apart that I can't ever seem to shake off. That I think it's true for everyone, really. That sort of triggered off a whole sort of sudden blurge of words over about a 2-month period, and I just wanted the group, if we were going to do something else after the Kiss Me album, I knew that I wanted us to do something that had a bit of intensity to it, so that I could spend some time getting back into things that we used to do a few years ago, a bit more bite to them rather than just sort of pop stuff. Just the notion of turning 30. It's kind of a paradox, I think, that you're forced into accepting age the older you get. But I still try and sort of fight against it. I mean, against the sort of the mental decline and the physical decline that comes with age. That sort of that your loss of a sense of wonder at things. And that, I mean, having nephews and nieces, it's brought home ever more frequently that how old I'm getting. Just like inside my head. I've not been fascinated by things I used to think were really fascinating, and it's just a bit worrying. It's a bit sad. So I try and fight against it by doing something, like writing songs. I don't know why, but you sort of hit certain ages and you sort of reevaluate like what you're doing, what you're going to do. So I think it's the same for everyone. It just comes out in different ways. Some people get divorced, some people get married, some people write songs. I mean, there's a million different ways of sort of coping with it, and I don't know, it's sort of been driven home to me gradually, how old I'm getting. Whenever I'm alone with you make me feel like I am home again. Whenever I'm alone with you make me feel like I am whole again.
Love Song sounds like perhaps the most traditional thing that you've ever written. Are you proud of it for that reason?
Yeah, it was because me and Mary got married last year and I couldn't think what to give her for a wedding present, so I wrote her that song. It's cheap and cheerful. I honestly don't remember writing a lot of the words over the years. It's about 75% of them come when I'm in some kind of altered state, either through self-induced or I'm half asleep, or and they're usually just there. I sort of find bits of paper in my pocket or on a bus or at home under my pillow and things. It's very rare that I actually sit down and think, right, I'll write a song, I'll get this out. Very rarely is a song ever written in one go either. I usually piece 2 or 3 bits of writing together so that it doesn't mean just one thing. It's just where a lot of the obscurities come from over the years. I mean, looking back, I find it difficult to decipher some of the things that I've written.
How is it for you when here are all these Robert Smith lookalikes down there, right in the front of the stage looking back at you?
I've got such short sight, I very rarely see any of them. I just don't feel that comfortable about being stared at so much anymore. It's just, it gets to me. I mean, we've only reached like a very moderate level of success compared to, other people who are wildly successful. But I think that a lot of them want to be successful, and I never really imagined that we'd get to this point. And we've sort of stepped past an imaginary line beyond which I don't really feel comfortable. Like playing Giant Stadium last week in New York was awful. It's a really, really awful experience, and just being stared at so much. It's this sort of I mean, it's always been unnatural. I mean, doing this is very unnatural, but I've been able to cope with it a lot better, and I just find it's impinging on my personal life too much. The addictive nature of like that kind of the sense of being stared at and the adulation it is. I mean, it does feed your vanity to an enormous degree, and sometimes it's really good fun, and it'd be stupid and dishonest to deny it. But it can reach a point when, if you lose sight of the actual reason why you're on stage and why you're performing to people, the whole thing just becomes very hollow. And I think that's what happens to too many people. I wouldn't really like it to happen to us after all the things that we've done. it would take away from things, I think.
What do you do to keep your curiosity alive?
I spend a lot of time with my nephews and nieces, and it's really healthy. I wouldn't like the idea of being a father, I don't think, because the responsibility side of it creeps in, but it's good being an uncle, so I can be very offhand with them, and I never have to tell them off. I teach them how to do all the bad things, you know, and their mums and dads tell them that they shouldn't be doing